back after all the technical difficulties. We apologize on Larks Network for all that followed, but hopefully this will get us through the rest of the game. I'm trying to use my phone to power through the computer and get us something here so we can bring the game to the parents, the fans, the community, and something at least to go out. But we are in the top of the fifth. It is Zach Henry at the plate with Grant Schmidt and Palmer Hutchison on base with 2 outs. Hayes down 6-5 against the Gameday Saints, and it's a 2-1 count to Henry. It is Rodney Gregg on the mound for the Saints. This delivery outside, 3-1. Lark started out the 5th inning with a strikeout and a pop-out. Then Schmidt singled, Hutchison walked, and now we're to the left fielder. Henry on the day 0 for 2. Gregg out of the Colorado School of Mines. Working a hitter's count against Henry. Delivery to him. And 1 to hit. Hitter's count. He swung at it. Can't make contact. Full count. On deck for Hayes is Brady Evans with Cord Jackson in the hole. Larks down by just 1, but they really cruised to the first 2 innings. And then the 3rd inning was just disastrous. 5 errors for the Larks and just as many runs. Payoff pitch to Henry. Runners take off. Swings and misses it. He's down on strikes for the 2nd time today, and that'll end the top of the 5th. Hayes down by 1 as we go to the bottom of the inning and likely see Wyatt Davis return to the mound. Caden Potter to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Potter of the day 0 for 2, reaching on an error and pumping up to Grant Long. He came around to score in the 3rd inning, the 4th run of that inning for the Saints. Called strike from Wyatt Davis. Second called strike for Davis. This is Davis' 2nd appearance of the season. And he goes from the stretch to the DH. Just trying to stay alive is Potter. And he does just that. Some movement in the Larks' pen. As this is Davis' 5th inning of work. This one misses just low on the slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still the same defensive alignment for Hayes. Zach Henry in left, Leo Jiminian in center, and Grant Schmidt in right. Hutch in the hot corner, Jackson at shortstop, Long and Paris on the right side of the infield. And Wyatt Davis picks up another strikeout on the day. 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. Hayes down 6-5. Noah Vogel hit by a pitch in the 3rd and then homered in the 2nd. Has driven in 2 runs. Dustin Boone on deck with Jack Rude in the hole. 0-1 after a foul ball hits the Larks dugout. Evans sets up outside. This one misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 away. Bases empty here in the latter half of the 5th. One grounded to Grant Lung, who fields it after a couple bounces and tosses to Pearson. 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th for the Larks.
Now coming up to bat, number 19, Dustin Boone.
Dustin Boone to the dish. The catcher is 0 for 2 in the day with a fly out to Zach Henry and a ground out to Grant Lung. Evans outside, set up, and that's exactly where it goes. 0-1 is the count to the catcher. Larks 3-0 on the year. Saints 3-1. The Larks need to do something in the next 4 innings to continue their undefeated streak. This one, similar spot, just a little bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Boone. 2-1. Fastball out of play. Do it for the Larks in the 6th. It'll be Brady Evans, Cord Jackson, and Grant Lung. Infield creeps in. Changeup misses just low. A full count. Tough one to lay off. Divis gives it a smile. That one might have been a strike. Payoff pitch just at Divis's head. He has to duck out of the way, and it's a single for Dustin Boone, his first hit of the game. So we'll move to Jack Rode, the first baseman. 0 for 2 in the day with a strikeout and then an error that he reached on in the 3rd. Check over at the runner, not in time. Looks like it is Jackson Blue warming up for the Larks. Davis goes from the stretch. This one popped in the middle of the infield. Cord Jackson jumps forward, can't reach it, and it'll bounce to Leo Jiminian. And nobody covering second, so a heads-up play from Jack Rude. He goes to second base. There's 2 on, both in scoring position, 2 out. Tough play there. Just a lot of little mistakes like that for the Larks have what cost them 6 runs. It's the 9th hit of the ball game for the Saints. I'm not sure about that. I have 3 hits. They've counted the errors as hits. 0-1 is the count to Vander Hodges, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Off speed from Divis in the zone. 2 strikes on Hodges out of Allen Hancock College. This delivery just above the letters. 1-2. 1-2 is the count with Boone at 3rd and Rude at 2nd. This one grounded over to the right side. Grant Lung gets to it and over to Pearson for the 3rd out. Long 5th, we move to the 6th. Larks down by just 1. Top of the sixth we go here on Larks Network. Leading off for Hayes will be the catcher Brady Evans, 1-for-1 on the day, driving in 2 runs on a single back in the first inning, and then he walked in the 4th. And due up after him will be Cord Jackson and Grant Lung. Larks down by just 1, had a 5-run lead in the first inning and haven't gotten anything across since then. Call strike here on the catcher from Murray State College. Off speed outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. For the Aggies, Brady went .294 in 47 games in his 2021 freshman year, scored 40 times and drove in 19. Grounds this one over to the left side and Sackett and Allball move towards it. Allball's throw not in time. Not a lot of catchers have speed or score as many runs as Brady Evans does, but he's done it so far this year, and he's aboard for the Larks' 6th hit of the ballgame. So down to Cord Jackson, 0 for on the day with a walk and a strikeout. And good opportunity to get the bats going. Leadoff base runner, and it's Tyler Palmer running for Brady Evans at first base. Tyler has a lot of speed, plays for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and is looking to get himself in scoring position for the 3rd time today. This one just below the knees to Cord Jackson out of Ontario, Canada, 1-0. Long on deck, Jeminian in the hole for Hayes. Saints were scoreless in the first, picked up 1 in the second, 3 in the 5th, and have been scoreless since, 5 in the 3rd, and then scoreless since that 3rd inning. 2 straight balls to Jackson, and the Larks just trying to do something to gain some momentum back. It was drained out of them in that 3rd inning. Greg looks over at Tyler Palmer. Bunts from Cord Jackson is over to the left side. Coming in from the hot corner is Socket. And they will say Tyler Palmer is safe as his foot came off the bag. He lost it for a little bit. Looks a little bit injured. And we'll hope for the best for Palmer after that one. It will be a sacrifice bunt. Good heads-up play from Palmer to do something to keep his foot on the bag. But you hate to see that, especially from a guy so talented so early in the season. Frank Leo from 3rd base and Max McGuire from 1st base gonna go have a chat with Palmer and see what's going on. And he's struggling to put weight on that ankle. Leo McGuire helping him off, just a scene you hate to see. Slowly putting more weight on that ankle as he comes off the field. We'll get a runner for him. It will be Brady Evans going back to run for himself. And Palmer gets a round of applause from the Double Angel Ballpark crowd here. Small crowd here, around probably 100 people compared to the 2,000 fans the Larks had on last Friday, and about 1,500 on Saturday, and then again about 1,000 again on Sunday. I don't want to say anything controversial, but injuries can be avoided, and they don't allow spikes here at the ballpark. So maybe if the rules were changed, player safety would be at a higher standard. 1-0 to Grant Lung after Jackson's sacrifice bunt is successful. (2-0) as this one misses towards the feet of the second baseman from the University of Sioux Falls. Reads this one on the way, but sends it off the top of his bat. 2-1. Lung last year with the Larks had the least strikeouts among the team with guys above 100 plate appearances. He batted .283 through 26 games, stole 6 bases, and had a slugging percentage of .391. Great RBI opportunity for him right here. He scored run in the first inning and swings at this one outside, and Greg got him got a swing out of one that missed outside. Nice movement from the pitch, got Lung to miss it. Should Lung drive in Evans, it would be RBI number 2 on the year. It's tough to pick up RBIs when you're leading off a lot of the time. This one, same spot, Lung doesn't chase it, and it's a full count. Lung's 3rd game of the season has an on-base plus slugging of .875. On deck for Hayes, Leo Jominian and Cam Pearson in the hole. And it's going to be a 6-pitch walk for Grant Lung, a great at-bat for the upperclassmen.
Number 8, Leo Jimenez.
Evans at second, Lung at first. Leo Jominian out of St. Lo, France, to the box. Spent 2 years playing for the Clarendon College Bulldogs, committed to Tennessee early this summer, Eastern Tennessee State University early this spring. Shows bunt, doesn't make contact, 0-1. So Leo will head to ETSU, like 2 years of eligibility left. Long gets his lead at first. Evans his lead at second. 1 away here in the top of the 6th. Larks down by 1. The delivery home is going to be hit well by Leo Jominian into center field. Giving chase is Lumped, and it's going to be a 3-run shot for Leo Jominian. A great hit, and he puts the Larks back in front, 8-5. Excuse me, 8-6. First home run as a Lark for Leo Jominian. Last year, Leo had 6 RBIs, and this year already has 3 in just 1 ball game. And he showed a lot of improvements at Clarendon with his power and is showing it here this year. He had 7 home runs for the Bulldogs this year, just greatly improving on his power, and it shows as he put the Larks in the lead, 8-6. He clears the bases, brings home Grant Lung for the 2nd time today.
Number 11.
Jominian came into this ball game with 3 RBIs, picks up 3 more on 1 swing of the bat, and the Larks lead 8-6. New pitcher into the game for the Saints. The first batter he'll face is Cam Pearson. So Leo scored for the second time tonight. That is his 4th run of the season. Grant Lung scored for the second time tonight, his 6th run of the season. And also scoring was Brady Evans for the 4th time this year. This one is going to be an extra base hit off the bat of Pearson, and the Larks are rolling. And